Hello everyone. In today's session, we will be doing some results on cardinality. We have already seen what was cardinality in our last session. I hope you all remember cardinality means number of elements of that given set. Let us start with those standard results. I take A, B, C as finite sets and let U be the universal set. Now every one of you knows what I mean by universal set. The bigger set which will contain A, B and C. At this moment, we have not mentioned whether A and B have anything common in them or not. We will be taking general A, B, C, some three sets and U, the universal set. My first result is that cardinality of A union B, that means number of elements in A union B, is NA, means number of elements in A, plus number of elements in B, minus number of elements of A intersection B. Now some of you may wonder at this moment that why are we subtracting that A intersection B? Now when you write elements of A, if there happen to be some common elements with B also, then when you add number of elements of A with number of elements of B, then those common ones get added twice. So we need to subtract once. So we subtract that number of elements of A intersection B. I am giving you only verbal explanation of that. Those who are interested can actually verify this drawing Venn diagram. Now you all know how do we prove by Venn diagram also. Now I make some small correction. I said I have not given any condition on A and B. Suppose A and B are disjoint sets. Disjoint sets means nothing common between A and B. A is somewhere else, B is somewhere else. Nothing common between them. Then obviously number of A intersection B, that A intersection B part would be 0. There is nothing common between them. In that case, number of A union B is nothing but NA plus NB. That was obvious. Now I write one result that number of A union B is N of A minus B plus number of B minus A plus number of A intersection B. Some small explanation I am trying to give here by drawing Venn diagram. I have drawn two circles, naming them as suppose A and B. That yellow portion is A minus B. Assuming on the left side set what I have drawn in circle, that is A, and on the right what I have drawn is B. Then green portion would be B minus A, and that leaf kind of thing what you are seeing on your screen, that is nothing but A intersection B. So when you see those three parts, one is A minus B, then comes A intersection B, and then comes B intersection A. And we realize that it is nothing but A union B. So number of A union B is number of A minus B plus number of B minus A plus number of A intersection B. Now next is number of A equal to number of A minus B plus number of A intersection B. And similar result for number of B also, which is number of B minus A plus number of A intersection B. To understand the results, to get that clarity, I show those two Venn diagrams. One shows A minus B, the shaded portion. I hope everybody understands how do we find that A minus B. Portion of A which is not in B, that would be A minus B. Can you all find similarly what would be B minus A? It would be the portion in B which is not in A. Now I have shown in the other Venn diagram as A intersection B, the shaded portion, the leaf kind of portion. Now you just in your imagination try to stick that leaf kind of thing on the first Venn diagram with the shaded portion. What will you get? Will you not get one complete circle? And it is nothing but A. So number of A is number of A minus B plus number of A intersection B. I advise you to get the result number of B in the similar manner. You can try yourself. I go to next, and that is number of A complement. By definition of complement, we know that it is complement means elements which are in universal set but not in A. So obviously NA complement would be NU minus NA. I don't think any more explanation is required at this stage. Now number of A complement intersection B complement. For that I have written it is nothing but A union B complement number. Now A union B complement, exactly like previous one, you can find it as NU minus N A union B. Now how many of you will be able to find out that number of A complement intersection B complement would be same as number of A union B complement? I suggest you, those who are not able to visualize it, please draw a Venn diagram and verify yourself that how an A complement intersection B complement is same as number of A union B complement. Exactly on the similar lines, I get this next one, and that is number of A complement union B complement, which is equal to number of A intersection B complement, and that we know by complement definition as NU minus N and A intersection B. Now again, I repeat, those who are not able to understand that how are we writing A complement union B complement, replacing rather by A intersection B complement, please draw a Venn diagram and verify. I go to next, and that is number of A intersection B complement. You draw a Venn diagram, you realize that it would be same as if you remove from A the A intersection B part, and it is actually nothing but A minus B. So what you draw for A minus B is same as A intersection B complement. Now I write the last one, and that is extremely important, which is nothing but the generalization of our first result with which we started. We started with number of A union B, and now instead of taking 2 sets, I take 3 sets. So number of A union B union C is NA plus NB plus NC minus N of A intersection B minus N B intersection C minus N C intersection A. Now writing 3 minus signs, we are subtracting something extra. So we need to add at the end number of A intersection B intersection C. If you ask me, rest all results except first and the last one, they all are only for you to understand that how to prove results with help of Venn diagram. But as far as applications are concerned, most of the applications are based on the first one and the last one. Now, let us move to some example on this. Question says, in a town, there are 10,000 families and figures are given for 40% those who read newspaper A, 20% those who read newspaper B, and 10% families read newspaper C. 5% by A and B both, 3% by B and C both, and 4% by A and C. 2% families buy all 3 papers. Then the number of families which buy newspaper A only. And then 4 options given. Now question seems very long. We will have to write it in mathematical notation. I write it as the total number of people reading newspaper A. That is given to be 40% of 10,000. So it is 4,000. So my notation is NA equal to 4,000. Similarly, I write for B also that NB is 2,000. I write NC, that would be 1,000, as it is given as 10% of 10,000. Then question says that there are people, those who read newspaper A and B both, B and C both. A and B both means A intersection B. So I go to next, I write N of A intersection B. That is nothing but 500. Then I go for B intersection C, N B intersection C is 300, and N C intersection A, that is 400. And question says that we have to find only of A. Remember that. We go to next and we find A intersection B intersection C. We have not yet written that information. It is given to be 2% of 10,000. So it is nothing but 200. Now, number of people, those who read only paper A. How that is to be obtained? Please draw a Venn diagram and check what I have written. It is number of A minus number of A intersection B minus number of A intersection C. Again, when we are subtracting that A intersection B and A intersection C part, when we are removing that, when we are deducting that, we have deducted something extra. What part we have deducted something extra? That is nothing but A intersection B intersection C. So that has been deducted. So we will have to add that back. So we write plus N A intersection B intersection C. Then now substitute values everywhere and then you get the required number as 3300. And my answer is B. Now some of you, I'm sure, will think that we have not used anywhere number of B intersection C part. Means the ones who read paper B and paper C both. Nowhere in the question it was required. I mean in the solution part. But information is given. At times, to confuse students, some extra information, maybe 1 or 2 parts are given extra. Please realize that recall the correct formula, use the correct information and get your answers. This was just one example to use that cardinality formula, whatever we have done. Now, before we leave from here, realize that more and more problems will follow in our next sessions. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you.